From the pages of IHSFAN magazine, welcome to Under the Lights, celebrating our 10th season, shining the spotlight on Austin area football teams, coaches, and players. Here are your hosts, Rick Epstein and Rodney Rodriguez.
Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to show number 3 of season number 8 for Under the Lights, Austin's longest running show featuring local high school football. If you like Austin area high school football, this is your show. We are live here at Bush's Chicken in Round Rock. It's starting to get packed with people coming in to get the great chicken. So come on out, swing by, pick up some great chicken and say hello to us. We'll be here for about an hour. Hey, my name's Rick Epstein. I'm the publisher of IHSFAN Magazine. If you have not yet done so, please follow us on Twitter at IHSFAN, and also go to our YouTube. If you're watching us right now, you already know about our YouTube channel at IHSFAN, and you'll be able to see not only this show each week, but also the IHSFAN Webcast Network. We have Round Rock ISD football most weeks. Any game that is played at Kelly Reeves or Dragon Stadium, we will be bringing to you live with our crews and video. Bring my good friend Rodney Rodriguez as my co-host. What's going on, Rodney?
Rick, how you doing, man? It's we are in the we're in full-blown football season right now, guys. It's this full weekend where we actually had high school, college, NFL. Man, this is the best time of the year.
It is. Before we get to our first guest, let me tell you, each week at this time, we have our Bush's Chicken Team of the Week. And this week, we'd like to recognize the Cedar Park Timberwolves coach, Michael Quintero, who actually was a guest on our show a week ago. Maybe that's good luck for you, Coach.
Yeah.
He was on our squad. They had an exciting double overtime win over the Vandergrift Vipers, 49-46, in a game that featured 830 yards total offense. The Timberwolves were led by IHSFAN top 10 player Trey Hill, who was also a guest on our show 2 weeks ago. They call him 2K Trey. He had 134 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns against the always stingy Viper defense. Cedar Park, it will not get any rest as they travel to Huntsville on Friday night. Congratulations to Coach Michael Quintero and the Cedar Park Timberwolves for being recognized the Bush's Chicken Team of the Week. And we've got a great show tonight. We'll once again talk to some great guests. We'll talk in a minute with Cedar Ridge head coach Sam Robinson. We'll also talk with my good friend right here, Coach Cody Moore, the Round Rock Dragons. And then later on, we'll talk with the IHSFAN top 10 player, wide receiver from Anderson, Ed Small. So let's get it started. Let's kick it off. Coach Moore, you had to walk across the street to come here. You had a long way to travel. We appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
Coach Moore, last year was your first year as head coach of the Dragons. Your squad made it to the playoffs, but I know you wanted more. Looking back at your first season as the head coach, what were you most pleased with?
Well, I thought a lot of the stuff that we did in the offseason last year, not necessarily in the season, was a lot of things I've been probably most proud of, because it took a lot of reflection, a lot of pride swallowed,
Yes.
a lot of look in the mirrors and to see, what I can do just personally to, better serve our kids and stuff. But if you want to talk about the season specifically, I think that I was proud about just our senior leadership. We had a lot of change, throughout the spring before I got the job, and Coach Cheatham taking the AD job and then me stepping in, and but they show a lot of resiliency. I think that we have a couple plays go our way last year. We would be having a different conversation, but for the most part, our seniors did a really good job, and we got a lot of really good kids that are still playing in the next level and stuff. But I was just happy on how they were resilient and just kept on playing and staying positive and that kind of thing.
Yep, absolutely. So, Coach, talk about the part. So you dive into this Round Rock. That's one of the. That's a storied school in my opinion. That's old school, the way to say it. Diving in with the fraternity of these coaches in 25-6A, and you're the new kid on the block, so to speak. Kind of talk about some of the other guys. Coach Rob is here, but that's some well-tenured guys that you're coaching against.
Yeah, I love being a part of this district. The school district, number one, but just being a part of our 25-6A is, you're exactly right. The coaches are phenomenal. Every coach or every team that we play is very well coached. So there is no slouch. There is no, easy game. Our district is tough just because they are so well coached, and our coaches are, really respected around the state. So like, we just got to make sure us coaches at Round Rock always bring our A game each week and have a good plan. Just make sure that we can kind of counter a lot of these guys.
Well, with a 9-team district, 25-6A, now 9 teams, your non-district schedule is done. You went 2-0. You just came off a huge win at perennial powerhouse Temple, just down the road, or up the road, up I-35. Thoughts on your undefeated non-district record, and where are you, where you thought you'd be at this point? Obviously, you got to be happy with the 2 wins.
Yeah, I think our kids have done a phenomenal job since January. Like I said, I think they've done a lot of really good things. Obviously, putting work in the weight room and doing all those things that everybody else does. But I think we did a lot of outside the box things. Just learning about ourselves. Learning how do we think, how do we nutrition our body, how do we hydrate, like all the extra stuff that a lot of colleges are talking about these days. And we made a huge emphasis on all of those things. We wanted our kids to look different going into our season. We wanted to make sure that they were, ready to roll and super excited about the season. And I feel that way so far. Our kids are playing hard. They're playing fast. And we just need to keep on keeping on, man. Just keep on making sure that our game plan is tight, and our kids are just excited to play each week.
Yeah, Coach, let's talk about your Round Rock defense. Perennially, Round Rock always has a great defense that can stifle some of these air raids and so forth that you'll see in the district. Talk about what you guys are doing this year, and some of the guys that are imperative figures in that defense.
Guys that are doing a really good job for us. Number one, Justin Lee's making a lot of plays.
It seems like he's been here forever.
I know.
He's been playing a lot of games since he's a sophomore, and he's had a good season so far. But even guys like Barris Owens and Christian Burton and Dylan Best, and even our corners Aiden Walker and our safeties that also have been playing for a long time too, and Noah Cockerham and those guys like. The cool thing about those guys is they're just like, they love football. They love playing the game, and they love studying the game, and they want to know the answer. They want to know why. Hey, why do we play this coverage, or what? And when you get kids like that, and it's just not, just show up and play. They actually want to study, and they want to be, the best they can mentally going into the game. It's really, really fun.
Well, I know you were the defensive coordinator before you took over as head coach, so you've got a vested interest in that defense. Yeah. Let's talk about your offense. You're returning 5 starters from last year. You got a new signal caller, Jack Apple. Talk about Jack and what makes him such a good quarterback. And it looks like you got a couple runners already over 100 yards rushing. Talk about your running game.
Yeah, so Jack Apple, he is a great athlete. I'm not, that's obvious because
baseball player too.
Too. Like, he started as a sophomore last year in the outfield, and he's a great athlete.
Right.
But the thing that Jack has, especially as a quarterback, is he's always calm. He's always collected. He's always, he's an operator. You know what I mean? Right. He manages the game well. He makes good decisions. He knows the plays that he needs to make, and not anything more. And he knows where the ball needs to go.
Right.
Those little things.
Kind of like
that.
A coach on the field.
Exactly right. Like he's a smart kid. He's very bright.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to make unnecessary plays. He just does what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And I love kids like that take that role on and run with it. And speaking of running, the running backs. So
got a kid named Moose
Garlington. Yeah. Aiden Garlington is his name, but we all call him Moose. His dad gave him, the name Moose way back when. And then Joaquin Maldonado, 2 really good running backs. They're just, they're program guys. They've been here since they've been in our system since they're in 7th grade, and they've, slept, ate, and drank dragon football since they were in 7th grade. So they're just program guys, and they just do a phenomenal job. They do. It's like we talk about Jack. They just do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
they just move the chains. And that's all that matters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, the party's about to start. Time to go to league play. You kick it off this week with Vista Ridge. Your thoughts on Vista? Always a tough opponent when you draw them. Your thoughts on Vista and kind of the campaign just in general?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Kyle Brown, is that his name?
Yes.
The quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since he's graduated, I think this is probably the best squad that Coach Scott's put on the field. They are very good and athletic on defense. Their scheme is great. I'm a little biased. They're a 4-2-5, so
Yeah.
but no, they do a really good job on defense. They fly around. They got good players, and then offensively, they're kind of finding their own. They're finding their identity, and they're moving the ball on people. And they're a very good team. And then just like I said, every team in our league is disciplined and well coached, and so
Yeah.
that's no different.
Yeah,
with this
I think I've been watching this. Obviously my son went to McNeil, and I've been the PA announcer over at Kelly Reeves for 11 years now. So I've seen this district, and I think this year, especially with the addition of Hutto into this district,
absolutely,
I think that this district is so competitive from top to bottom. I mean, you got Westwood and McNeil. Sitting at 0-2, McNeil's two overtime losses, and obviously you got perennial power Cedar Ridge. Coach Robinson's about to talk, but from top to bottom, what is going to the playoffs in this district?
Yeah, I know. You better show up and play.
You better show up.
Yeah,
Coach. Before we let you go, heading into your second year as head coach, what are you most excited about?
You know what? I'm excited about the kids that because you got to remember, like the kids that are seniors this year.
Yes,
was like the first set of freshmen that we got when I was here. Actually, I would say the second set of freshmen that I got. And so just seeing the growth and where they've gone from freshman year, just like pencil neck kids to now, being grown men, like it's really, really cool to see. But I'm a big relationship guy, man. So just loving on those kids, just making sure that, it's more about, being a good man and being a good friend and making sure that you're going to be a good dude when you leave the high school. That's what we're all about.
And love it.
Love to hear that.
Just seeing that thing is the most exciting for me.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Cody Moore heads playing Vista Ridge on Friday night right here at Dragon, right?
Yes, sir.
So get on out there, say hello to Coach Moore on the sidelines. He'll be a little bit busy, but I'm sure if he sees you waving, he might wave back. Hey, when we come back, we'll talk with another great coach from the Cedar Ridge Raiders, Coach Sam Robinson. You are watching Under the Lights.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme: Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Welcome back to Under the Lights. Hey, we want to thank our guest of the first segment, Coach Cody Moore, of the Round Rock Dragons, and he wanted me to let y'all know that they have 2 recipients. They're doing a special thing, the Heart of Gold game for pediatric cancer, and they're going to give a lot of the proceeds to what they're doing on Friday night to 2 recipients, Ian Hales and Jackson Howlett. So get on out there, see some good football, and also get a chance to donate to a great cause for pediatric cancer. That's called the Heart of Gold game on Friday. So thank you to Coach Moore. We want to continue. Before we get to Coach Robinson, I want to tell you about Dave Campbell's Texas football subscription. Earlier today, I logged on to my subscription and looked up a bunch of information about area teams. And for just $29.95 plus shipping and handling, you can purchase an annual subscription and get both of their print magazines delivered directly to your house. And you can find a lot of premium articles and great information on their website, texasfootball.com. And what a value it is. Go to texasfootball.com, and at the top left of the homepage, click on the subscribe now button. You can also check out their webcast of their live streaming service on Texan Live. Is Dave Campbell's Texas football live streaming service with over 1,000 high school games streamed each year. TexanLive.com is the best deal for rabid high school football fans. This year they have added a bunch of schools, so check them out. The great folks and our good friends at Dave Campbell's Texas football. And let's get right to it. Our next guest is the head coach, the longtime head coach of the Cedar Ridge Raiders, Coach Sam Robinson. Coach, what's going on?
Hey, not much. Thank y'all for having me.
You're wearing your Red Raiders hat.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got kiddos up at Tech, and so kind of supporting them.
Go Raiders. Hey, Coach, hard to believe this is your 8th season at the helm of Raider Nation. What still excites you about the job?
Man, I still get excited about the football part of it. You know, the other stuff that goes along with it sometimes can wear you down, but I really like to get to the field every day. I love game night, watching the kids play. That's kind of where I still got a lot of fire and excitement.
Coach Rob, let's talk about we're 2 games in right now. You've got your 2 non-district, non-league, whatever you want to call them. Kind of break your performance down here to this point.
Well, you know, unfortunately, it's been really inconsistent. We played some good football. We started out slow both games, dug ourselves a hole against Johnson, 14-0, came back and tied it, and then just, you know, kind of played average out from there. Yeah. Got down midway through and actually came back in the beginning of the 4th quarter and threw a touchdown pass that would bring us within 1 touchdown. They got called back for holding. It was kind of away from the play. Didn't need it. But so we've also played some really good football. It's just been really inconsistent, making silly mistakes, shooting ourselves in the foot. So it's been inconsistent, but there's a lot of flashes, and I think we're on the right track. Had a big improvement from week 1 to week 2, and we're gonna have to improve.
Well, as Craig Cheshire once told me, we're consistently inconsistent. You know me.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Well, Coach, you mentioned it. You said it. You know, with a 9-team district, your non-district is done, and you head into a game against a high-flying Hutto, a new member of 25-6A. What has your message been to your team this week?
You know, we really just try to focus on ourselves every week, and we always have. We got to get better. We got to cut out the mistakes we've made, learn from them, and continue to get better. And you know, we just really talk about what Hutto does, and not too much. They're really explosive offense, so it's going to be a tough matchup. But man, we're excited to get out there and see what we got.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, Cedar Ridge since the inception has just been really, really good, and you took that over, and you've just kept that going. Just kind of talk about it, maybe a shorter history than some of the other schools in Round Rock ISD, but just speak to that. Help.
Oh, it's been awesome. You know, we had a hiccup last year, and we had like a 10-year get busted, and so our kids know what they want, but it has a great history so far, and it's been just proud to be a part of it, honestly.
Yep. Absolutely. Coach, you returned 7 offensive starters this year, 4 on defense. Who are some of the leaders on both sides of the ball that you'd like to recognize?
Well, Reese Brooks has really had a great year so far. He was a kid that we actually brought him up as a freshman. His first pass in high school on a varsity game was a touchdown against Hutto, actually. So that was like years ago, but he battled injuries all year last year, broke his collarbone. I think day 2 of practice, came back probably a little too early, broke it again.
Oh my!
He only played like a couple games last year, but he's been really good. We've moved him around, tight end, receiver. He's probably our leading receiver, no doubt our leading receiver. Deep snapper on punt. He's doing a lot of stuff for us. Our O-line's been really good. You know, we're excited about those guys. We had 4 starters back on, so they've been really good. And then we played 2 quarterbacks, and they've both done some really good things, and we're excited to just hopefully get to keep using both of those guys. And then defensively, Jaden Fike, good, really good. Tore his ACL last year. I think he had a really big year. He was having a great year, and tore his ACL, so he's back and he's playing good football. Middle linebacker David, he's a returning starter, and he's had a really good year.
So Rick mentioned there about the district coach, not 9 teams in there, and everyone's good. That's kind of the emphasis right there. Your thoughts on that? I mean, this playoff chase is going to.
Yeah, it really is, and we say it, but I think I heard what Rick was saying, and I kind of agree. Every year it's been tough, but it seemed like there was always a team or two that was really down that year. Like last year, that was us. We kind of had a really off year. But really, when you look at everybody has a chance to beat anybody. I think on every given night. Westwood's got a good team. McNeil's got a good team. There's a couple of years in there that they struggled a little bit. I think we're better than people think, and I'm excited for us to get to show. Maynard's got great athletes. Huddle's a really strong addition to the district. You kind of Austin sitting there with the 7-team district. I'm not sure why they didn't put Maynard in there or Hutto in there. But from top to bottom, I mean, you're going to have to play. And last year, what people forget, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place team all had a 4-3 record. So there was a 4-way tie for 2nd place, and I kind of expect it to be that way too. It's going to be really hard to go undefeated throughout the district. Maybe somebody will, and man, it's going to be a beatdown.
It's always fun late in the season when it gets to that point. I remember maybe in 2014. Maybe 15, they had a coin flip to decide. It was Stony Point, Pflugerville, and McNeil all tied, and they did it like the old Friday Night Lights film. They came to Dragon Stadium. I was here peeking through the fence because my son played for McNeil, and of course Stony Point and McNeil lost the coin flip, and Pflugerville ended up going to the playoffs that year. But what a way! It's just crazy with this many teams, and I can already see, like you said, a situation where we're going to need to go through so many things to find out who makes it to the playoffs. Go 8 years at the helm of Raider Nation. What do you enjoy most about being the head football coach out at Cedar Ridge?
I love, we got a lot of young coaches. It's been kind of been a blast in a different way this year. We've made our defense corners, everything just so got a lot of young coaches. It's really just still a lot of fun to be around those. And then again, I told you, I love being on the field. Our kids, we have great kids at Cedar Ridge, and then our booster club and our parents. We've got a lot of support on that side of town, and they're give us anything we need, always willing to help. So just being a part of that little pretty tight community over there. So I think just enjoy it all.
Cedar Ridge has a fantastic community. I remember that I think for a couple of years I was the PA announcer, and I remember that game played at McLean Stadium against Allen when I thought we had a chance. We made it all the way, and a few bounces go your way, and you're playing at Dairy World for a chance at the state championship just a few years ago. So it's exciting times. Your district, you're on a level playing field with everyone else. Everyone else is 0-0 going into the district.
Yes, sir. Yep, that's a good thing.
Hey, Coach. A lot of Cowboy fans at Cedar Ridge right now that the deuce is loose over there with the star on his helmet.
Yeah, there's a ton of Cowboy fans, and they're getting impatient. We want to see him on the field and feel like he, we've all seen the special things he can do.
Yeah,
and but yeah, they're Cowboy field over there. He did like a little signing day, just kind of like a round table talk here in August. And man, he sat there for an hour these little kids, just a great kid. So yeah, we're anxious and a lot of Cowboy fans.
He's
awesome.
One of my favorite kids that we've had and featured on our magazine. Funny thing about Deuce is when he was a freshman, he played in a playoff game for Cedar Ridge, and coach and he said, I want you to know we're going to play a freshman, and his kid name is Deuce. I said, his name is Deuce? He's got to be good. Deuce? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch him, and I know Rodney games
the RJ game
with Westwood and Cedar Ridge were the only two unhappy people on the field where you and Coach Wood could stop one another in that game.
Man.
Wood was happy because he's an offensive guy. I was on the defensive side of the ball, and that was like a long night.
I was having the time of my life.
Oh, man.
My game ended at Dragon Stadium. I drove over, and it was still going on. It was
never forget that one.
Well, Coach, you've always been a great friend to IHSFAN, and we wish you the best of luck this year, and go Raiders.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk with the Anderson Trojan wide receiver, Ed Small. We'll be right back on Under the Lights.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme: Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto, Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Welcome back to Under the Lights. Hey, I want to thank two of my good friends over the years, Coach Cody Moore of the Round Rock Dragons and Coach Sam Robinson, who was wearing a Texas Tech hat in honor of his son.
Awesome.
His son is out there. I think he's got some other folks out there as well. Thank you both, Coach, and we wish you all the luck as you head into district play. Now it's time for our Covert Ford Player Spotlight. For over 100 years, Covert Ford has delivered its commitment to excellence to Central Texas with the latest cars, trucks, and SUVs. Visit covertford.com today, and I'd like to welcome a member of the IHSFAN Top 10 team, senior wide receiver from Anderson, Ed Small. Nothing small about Ed here. Welcome to Under the Lights.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ed, you were named to our IHS Fan Top 10 team. This is our 10th year of our magazine. Come on out to Bush's Chicken, get your free copy. I think they're out of them here. We're going to have to get them some more here. They went through my hotcakes. But you were featured on the cover of the magazine. What did that mean to you to be recognized amongst the best in Austin?
I mean, it was a great honor. All those kids on there are great players. Yeah, just a great honor. I know Jack Tyndall, Elliott, Adrian, Jax, just all great players. It's an honor to be named with them.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Ed, let's talk about 12-5AD1, the district that you guys play in. You've got 9 teams in there. Mm-hmm. And when you get a 9-team district like we were talking about with Round Rock District, some really good teams may not get into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Kind of talk about your thoughts on that district as a whole.
I think it's a great district. We opened this week with College Station, which is going to be a great test for our team. I think number 4 and 5 in the state right now.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited just to play some of the top 5A competition in the state with Weiss and College Station and A&M Consolidated. I think it's going to be a fun season.
It is, and it's 6 different school districts in that 9-team district. Ed, last year 77 receptions for 1,112 yards, including 19 touchdowns. This season already off to a good start. 5 touchdowns, 244 yards receiving. What do you think makes you such a great receiver?
I've had some great coaches at Anderson, along with some great quarterbacks this year. Max Gerlich's playing outstanding so far. Shout out to him. But I think just put a lot of preparation into every game that we go into. Like I watch a lot of film, which I pride myself into. I really just prepare my body for each game as well. I think that plays a big part in the success I've had. Just my teammates around me too. We have other great receivers like Tristan Wadlick, Zayden Sharp, Ben Hatcher, Jay Fulmer. They've really stepped up this year, which also helps.
Do you find yourself being so well regarded and going to be heading to TCU next year? Do you find yourself double teamed a lot and giving the other guys a chance to catch some balls?
Yeah, I really saw it last week. We played at Elgin, and from the first play, I was getting bracketed, double teamed. But it opened up our run game. We had over 300 rush yards, which was cool to see. Like I said, Jay Fulmer had a really big game. I think 150 rush yards. So it really opened up the offense for us, which was good for us. We haven't had that in years past.
Did you say Fulmer? I was good friends with the Fulmer. I wonder if it's the same Fulmer. I'll have to ask you off the show. Talk about, after an undefeated non-district, you head down to Aggieland for a matchup against perennial powerhouse College Station. What has been the message in the locker room this week?
We have the best chance we've probably ever had to beat a team of this caliber. We're not taking them for granted. I think this is probably the best chance that we're going to have to beat a team like this. So we're going in there fired up. We're preparing well. We had a good walkthrough yesterday and a good practice today. I think we have a good chance to go in there and beat them.
Talk about Anderson High School. There are a lot of new high schools around Austin, Round Rock, Cedar Park, everywhere. But when it comes to Anderson's one of those benchmark Austin schools. Talk about the tradition of playing for that school, because that's I said it earlier about Round Rock. That's an old school right there.
Yeah, so it's kind of been like all the kids that grow up in Northwest Hills want to go play for Anderson when they grow up. We look at the Taco Shack Bowl as a game you want to play in your whole life. Starting in Trojans Pop Warner. So I pretty much played with all like the senior class, like the main core of it. I played since I was in 3rd grade.
Nice.
With all of them. Yeah, growing up, which is a really cool thing. And there's kids that follow us that do the same thing. So I think it's just going to keep on occurring in the neighborhood, which is just shows how strong our community is and how strong the bond we all build with each other is.
I love that.
It's interesting. I went to Anderson for a year back way before you were born. I think I was a freshman in 1981. How about that?
They didn't have face masks back then when he was there.
Yeah, and I went to Murchison where you went. So I've seen Anderson over the years. Always, every couple years, every 5-7 years, they put together a squad that is really exciting and really fun to watch, and this definitely is one. Tell us a little bit about your team. You mentioned some of the players already. Who are some of the other leaders that you would like to recognize that maybe you haven't mentioned yet?
Jaden Evans, our center. He's I think 3-year starter or 2-year starter. On defense, we have Gage Webb, who's coming back from last year. He's probably our leading tackle getter. Colin Haynes plays corner. He's a returner. Got really good guys on the D-line. Calvin Ballinger, Sloan Keller. We we got a lot of guys
Nice.
coming back. Yeah. Who else? Don Mays at running back is really good too.
And don't worry, nobody's going to go to you tomorrow at school and say, "Why didn't you say my name?" But because I put you on the spot a little bit. Before we let you go, talk a little bit about your personal goals this year. I know we never really talk about recruiting on the show, but you mentioned earlier that you're planning to go to TCU. But before you get to college, you're a senior in high school. You got to enjoy your senior year. It only happens once. What are some of your personal goals this year that you want to attain?
My team goal is to make the playoffs because we've come up short the past 3 seasons. That would be just a great honor because I don't think Anderson's made the playoffs since maybe 10 years or something like that.
It's been a while.
So it would be a great honor for us to go do that. I really haven't set out any personal goals because I've been so focused on just getting the team to the playoff. That's really my only goal for the season.
I love it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love
Good.
it. Well, Ed, we appreciate it. Hey, we're following you, man. You're an exciting player to watch. Anderson's had a lot of exciting players over the last 5 years that I've been really excited to watch. But we wish you all the best. Tell the coach we said hello, and go Trojans.
Yes, sir.
Hey, when we come back, we'll go over this week's schedule. We'll tell you about some games from last week. You are watching Under the Lights.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Welcome back to Under the Lights. Hey, we want to thank all of our guests tonight, Coach Cody Moore, Round Rock Dragons, Coach Sam Robinson, Cedar Ridge Raiders, and Ed Small, wide receiver and IHSFAN top 10 player who's killing it, and he's fun to watch, right?
And certainly not small.
He is not small.
And certainly not small. I got to tell you, one of the things that I really enjoyed with that interview, and don't forget, friends, on the YouTube page, you can go back and listen to this as many times as you want. Right there, when you asked him about personal goals, and he's like, "I haven't really focused on that."
Right.
That whole team mindset. That's really neat to see these days.
And it's funny, when he was leaving, he said, "Oh, I forgot to mention Liam." So Liam, if you're out there watching, he wanted to recognize you too. So there you go. Great kid and great coaches in Coach Rob and Coach Moore. Let's go over some scores from last week. Lake Belton handled McNeil, their second loss of the season, both in overtime. They lost 41-28. Bowie beat Vista Ridge in a slugfest. Harker Heights beat Manor. Leander over Hendrickson. Austin High beat Westwood 35-34. Maroons stop an 8-game losing streak against the Warriors. Aikens beat Cedar Creek. Pflugerville over Hayes big time, 47-7. Third time in the last 40 seasons that Pflugerville has scored more than 100 points combined in 2 straight games. Wow. That is fantastic. Cedar Park in the game of the week.
Yeah.
They beat Vandergrift, who hasn't lost a regular season game in a long time.
Yeah.
The sixth win of 4 points or less for Cedar Park in the last 5 years. What a game for them.
And you have to think about that with Vandy. I think probably the rest of 25 6A is thinking, uh-oh.
Yes.
They poked the bear a little bit right there. And how about Cedar Park?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Coach Quintero, great job of that staff winning that. That's a massive game.
Midway 44, Cedar Ridge 14. Connolly beat Taylor. Anderson 62-20, just the fourth time in the last 40 years that the Trojans have scored 60 or more points. Weiss shut out San Marcos 54-0. Westlake spanked San Benito 63-7. Round Rock beat Temple. We mentioned that. Judson over Hutto. Johnson beat Stony Point 35-24. Wimberley over Fredericksburg. And Dripping Springs beat Wagner. And Lake Travis got the win over Rockwall 45-42 in a slugfest. Georgetown beat Belton. And Glenn over Coppers Cove. In addition, Liberty Hill beat Rouse 57-38. 21st time in the last 4 seasons, Liberty Hill has scored 50 or more. Canyon Lake shut out Crockett, and Schertz Clemens over Del Valle. McCallum beat Travis, and Navarro beat Northeast. Those were the games last week. Rodney, let's go over some games this week and talk about a few and maybe make some predictions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thursday, Austin High at Johnson out there at Bob Shelton Stadium. I'm going to go with the Jaguars out there.
Yeah, Johnson, I think will have the upper hand there as well.
This one's an interesting one. Bowie seems to have it rolling. Coach Jeff Abels, who's been there forever, I'm going to take Bowie at home at Burger Stadium over Glenn.
I'll go with you on that, and I'll go with you on the Bowie's got something going on right now. It's we joke about it all the time that in that district it's like, okay, who's going to be third?
Right.
But Bowie seems primed to maybe knock on that door for better than third.
Actually, fourth now with Dripping
Springs
Springs out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Eastview at Belton. Vandergrift at Stony Point. Vandergrift, as you mentioned, coming off they're going to be a little angry.
Yes.
They are on the road once again, this time at Kelly Reeves, a game you're going to be calling on the IHSFAN Webcast Network on Thursday night. Thoughts on that game?
Stony Point's going to find out how ready they are. I mean, when you want to look at going into the district right there, I mean, the fact that they get Vandy, the defending, I mean, they since they've been here,
right? They've
been the champion of 25 6A, 13 6A, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be tough sledding for Coach Cheshire and Stony Point.
A&M Consolidate goes to the field on Thursday night to play Weiss. Weiss looking good.
Mm-hmm.
They are loaded. They lost Jax Brown for the season in the scrimmage leading up to the season opener. The quarterback in IHSFAN top 10, but they seem to have it loaded. And Northeast plays Lassa at Nelson Field. That rounds out the Thursday games. On Friday night, A&M Anderson heads down to College Station to play College Station. We just talked to Ed Small. Boy, what a win that could be if they could get a win down there. But College Station, perennial power.
That is a strong bunch over there, and that would be some kind of momentum for Anderson going into an already tough district. If they could steal that one, and I say steal because I think College Station probably will win that ball game, but man, that would be great if they could steal that.
Hendrickson heads out to Bob Shelton Stadium in Hayes County out there. Lehman at Lockhart. Cedar Ridge at Hutto. We just talked with Coach Sam Robinson. Coach Robinson, they finished 2-8 last year, missed the playoffs for the first time in 11 seasons, and which is pretty amazing. What a playoff run they have. He's mentioned that they're that he felt that they were playing good, but they're going to run into a buzzsaw out there at Hutto. They've got it going on.
They really do. And it really was odd last year to see Cedar Ridge. I mean, Cedar Ridge is usually the one beating people up. So
right.
It was really weird to see that happening. And I think it's just one of those things where Cedar Ridge finally hit that cycle where they're having to reload a little slower than some of these other schools. They'll get it turned around, but I don't think it starts Friday.
A game that will also be on the IHSFAN Webcast Networks. McNeil at Westwood at Kelly Reeves on Friday night. This is a backyard brawl, as you say.
Yeah.
These two schools separated by just a few miles. These kids have played youth sports all growing up together, and it's always a good one when McNeil and Westwood get on the gridiron. Both teams searching for their first win. I like the Mavs in this.
It's hard for me to go against Anthony Wood and Westwood, but this is exactly a game where Anthony will turn this thing around. So I think this is kind of a toss up right now. But this McNeil Westwood games, these are so great. We've had overtime, field goals to win them. Last year was tremendous.
Yes, absolutely. Vista Ridge at Round Rock. I'm going to go with the Dragons to continue their winning ways. They're 2-0 this year, and Vista Ridge comes to the stadium to play them.
Round Rock is just tough. Round Rock is I kind of when I think of Round Rock, I think of the good old boy team, because you got big dudes that are going to come out and hit you right in the mouth, and that's what Round Rock does.
Huntsville heads to Gupton to play Cedar Park. Another tough one for the Timberwolves. Rudder at Connolly, Del Valley at Leander. Dripping Springs heads out to Harker Heights. Lake Travis continues their playing teams from hundreds of miles away. They're going out to Midland Legacy for their game. Rouse at Midway, at Tascasita at Westlake. Westlake just continues to roll. Aikens at New Tech. Bastrop at Prestonwood. They're going to have to travel up to the Dallas area. Crockett at Long Creek. Elgin at Montgomery. Coppers Cove at Georgetown. And then you got McCallum at Dallas Pinkston. Navarro at Travis, and San Marcos at Wagner. So it's a lot of good games this week, both Thursday and Friday. And we're right into it. For some districts like 25-6A, they are in district play right now, and it's gets real.
Yeah, this is when it counts. These are the ones that you have to win, because like you've talked about with these 19 districts, there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to miss the playoffs, unfortunately. We saw the battle last year where a lot of good teams, I mean, Westwood, for example, just a breakout season for them, and they missed the playoffs. But seeing LBJ on the schedule right there, how about old Andrew Makuba the other day?
Oh, yeah. He got the pick off in, the transfer from Clemson. He started 3 years at Clemson. He was a great member of the LBJ Jaguars.
Yeah.
Him and Latrell McCutcheon made up a duo in the secondary that was pretty darn good. I think McCutcheon's now at U of H, but Makuba back home at UT already doing great things in the game against Michigan.
Who you think had a bigger smile, Makuba or Coach Fenner?
Oh, yeah, Coach Jamal Fenner, our good friend, also at UT. Folks, we've got the IHSFAN Webcast Network. You can find it on YouTube. You're watching it right now. The same network. You can see 3 great games this week. One on Thursday with Stony Point against Vandergrift, and then 2 on Friday, the McNeil Westwood game and the Round Rock Vista Ridge game, all for free. Just click on the link, and if you're at a stadium and you want to watch all 3, just have your phone out and you can go back and forth from all 3. You'll see some great calls. Rodney's going to be on the call on Thursday night. Then we have Zach Epstein and Nikki Bouchon on one call, and Michael Alvarez and Joseph Duffy on another call. So get on out there, go watch some football, and also have your phone nearby, and you can check it out on YouTube. No money, no out of your pocket. Just click and watch the games and check that out. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it's one of the coolest things about that. I talk to a lot of people. I mean, even with some of the other shows that I do, I get folks that check in, and it's like, hey, man, I love the IHSFAN Webcast Network. It's just so easy to use.
Exactly.
It's so easy to use. You see, and we've refined it. I know in the past, it was a little complicated at times or whatever, but now, boom, and you can watch it all.
Exactly. If you can use YouTube, which I know you can because you're watching me right now,
right.
Then you can watch the games that we produce for you. Hey, another show in the books. We will be back next Tuesday from the Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville off of 130 out there.
Tollway.
So off of the tollway and 130, come visit us 6 p.m. next Tuesday. We'll have some more great guests to talk to. Hopefully some people from the Weiss football community, and we'll be back with talking more football. We'll see you next Tuesday night under the lights.